Hey everyone, so we all know that in the world of software development, speed is everything, right? But what happens when moving fast means you might be leaving the door wide open security-wise? It's a real tightrope walk for development teams, and today we're going to break down how you can get that speed without sacrificing security.
Hi, I'm from WeblineIndia, and honestly, this is the challenge our team tackles every single day. We're all about building these super secure, high-performance applications. You know, things like custom software, cutting-edge agentic AI, mobile and web apps, and even complex automation workflows with tools like N8N. We've been in the trenches, so we've definitely seen what works and what really doesn't.
And really, it all comes down to this one big question, doesn't it? How can you possibly protect your digital assets when you're moving at the speed of DevOps? It feels like a massive challenge for sure, but the good news is there are clear answers. So, let's dive in and figure out where to start.
All right, first things first. Before we can even get to the solutions, we've got to have a super clear understanding of the problems themselves. So let's start by breaking down the biggest challenges you'll face when you're trying to secure a DevOps setup in the cloud.
So what's the connection here? Well, think about it. DevOps is built for speed. The cloud is built for flexibility. You put them together and bam, you get this incredible power to innovate. But you also get a whole new world of security risks, and that's exactly why this idea of DevSecOps is so important. It's not about tacking on a security check at the finish line. Nope, it's about building security right into the process, from the very first line of code.
And trust me, when we talk about speed, we're not just talking about a little boost. A few years back, a Statista survey found that a pretty significant chunk of companies, 21% to be exact, were laser-focused on just one thing. And that was adding source code management specifically to get their code out the door faster. Now, look, that's awesome for business, no doubt, but it also creates this high-pressure cooker environment where security can just fall by the wayside. Every single new feature, every quick bug fix could potentially be a brand new unlocked door for an attacker if you're not paying attention. Okay, so if everyone's pushing for speed and the pressure's on, what are the actual security roadblocks that keep tripping companies up time and time again, especially in the cloud?
Well, for starters, your attack surface, basically all the places a hacker could try to get in, it's just exploded. Every API, every third-party service you use, that's another potential weak spot. Then you've got this minefield of data privacy rules, stuff like GDPR and HIPAA, which you absolutely have to get right. And on top of all that, your cloud infrastructure is constantly shifting and changing. It's so dynamic that old-school security methods are, well, they're pretty much useless.
I know, that sounds like a lot. It can feel pretty overwhelming. But here's the good news. For every single one of those challenges, there are powerful, proven solutions out there. So let's flip the script and talk about how we can start building a seriously secure foundation.
So the big question is, how do we actually solve these problems? Look, there's no magic wand here, no single silver bullet. It's all about putting a few core strategies in place that work together to create a really strong, layered defense.
Okay, your first line of defense is something called Identity and Access Management, or IAM. The easiest way to think about it is like a bouncer at a club, but it's smarter than that. It doesn't just check your ID at the door. Once you're inside, it makes sure you can only go into the specific rooms you're allowed in. The whole idea is based on the least privilege model. Basically, you give people the absolute bare minimum access they need to do their job, and not a single permission more.
Next up, encryption. This is non-negotiable. It's basically the digital vault for all your data. And it doesn't matter if that data is just sitting on a server, we call that at rest, or if it's actively moving across the internet, which is in transit. Encryption scrambles it, so it's complete gibberish to anyone who shouldn't see it. Seriously, without it, you're just leaving your most critical information out in the open.
And finally, you just can't protect what you can't see, right? That's where security monitoring and having an incident response plan come in. The monitoring part is like having a security camera system running 24/7 watching everything. But just seeing a problem isn't enough. You need a solid, practiced plan for exactly what to do when an alarm goes off. Because let's be real, in security, it's never a matter of if something will happen, it's always a matter of when.
Okay, so we've got our core solutions: IAM, encryption, and monitoring. Now let's talk about how to turn those ideas into actual day-to-day best practices that will make a huge difference in your security.
And that brings us to a really powerful concept called shift-left security. The idea is actually super simple. Instead of waiting until your product is about to launch and then having a panic-induced security check, you just build security in from the very beginning. right from the code stage. It means you're finding and squashing security bugs when they're small and easy to fix, not when they're a massive, live-in-production nightmare.
So how do you actually do this shift left thing? Well, it really stands on two big pillars. First is automated security testing. This is where you integrate security checks right into your development pipeline, so it automatically flags issues as you go. The second one, and this is a total game changer, is infrastructure as code, or IAC. Instead of someone manually clicking around to set up servers, you define your entire cloud environment with code. This is huge because it means your setup is consistent, repeatable, and you can spot any unauthorized changes instantly.
Now let's be honest. Putting all of this stuff into practice is a lot. It's a steep learning curve, especially when your team is already flat out just trying to get features built. And that's exactly why bringing in some expert help can be such a massive advantage.
But why bring in an expert consultant? Well, think about it. The world of cloud security changes practically every day. There are new threats, new tools, new regulations. Just keeping up with it all is a full-time job in itself. Having an expert on your side helps you cut through all that noise and make sure you're not just reacting, but staying ahead of the curve.
Partnering with an expert really gives you a few key benefits. First, you get instant access to specialized knowledge so you're not wasting time experimenting. Second, it's way more cost-effective than trying to hire and train a huge in-house security team from the ground up. And third, you get solutions that are built to scale. That means your security can grow right alongside your business, so you're not scrambling to catch up later.
And this is exactly where we at WeblineIndia come in. We help companies with this whole process, from top to bottom. For us, security is never an afterthought or some feature you just bolt on at the end. It's the absolute foundation of everything we build, whether we're doing straight-up cloud and DevOps consulting or building custom software, AI solutions, or web and mobile apps from scratch.
So all of this really leads to one final important question you should ask yourself and your team. Is our DevOps pipeline really as secure as it could be? Are we sure there aren't any blind spots we're missing?
If the answer to that isn't a confident yes, or even if you're just looking to tighten things up, we'd love to talk. Feel free to visit us over at WeblineIndia.com or just send a quick email to info@WeblineIndia.com. Hey, thank you so much for watching this explainer. If you got something useful out of it, do us a huge favor and hit that like button, share it, and of course, make sure you subscribe to our channel for more updates like this one. We really appreciate it. Thanks again, and stay secure out there.